Hello everybody. As you can see at home, right now Nicole is not with me. Because currently Austria is affected from coronavirus, COVID-19, and we are required to stay at home for a while. However, it doesn't mean we're going to stop. Death is in a wonderland. That's why I'm going to try to call Nicole. After all, the motto is, stay home and stay connected.
Hello. It is so nice to see you, and I hug you virtually at this point.
You also get a virtual hug from me.
I am glad that you call me. How are you doing?
Thank you, I'm fine.
What is it about?
I just wanted to talk about the subject. If you imagine that how deaf people lived in the old days. I mean, hearing persons had technical means of communication. First of all, they have, for example, the writing telegraph. The telegram. I think that was in 1844. Then the phone invented and developed in 1876, and it has been used since. Hearing people could call and interact. That's why I remembered how it was for the deaf people at this time. Nowadays we have video chat and we are able to sign.
That's true. The technology is an excellent advantage that we can keep in touch with webcam chat. We used to queue very often. Yay, like you said before. The approximate period from the Spanish flu. Everyone had to stay in quarantine and they have to stay at home. It was impossible for us to reach someone over the phone and ask for what we have to do now, or what I can just think of. Currently, the Austrian media provided steadfast information by Austrian Sign Language interpreters. How did that work before? It is a lot for lack of information, and you have to face an uncertain future. That's why I'm glad we can meet us and we can do a video chat. This is really fine. I would like to know, is there a specific reason why you are calling me, and what's the news?
I was thinking,
Oh, you was thinking.
if you'd like shoot one episode of Deaf is in a Wonderland.
I have a mind to Deaf is in Wonderland. Yes, of course. At 100%.
My husband is, he's required to speak publicly.
I have received.
Perhaps he should change jobs.
And what of my husband with a king? My husband has seen everyone.
Insert them into your mouth. Enunciate.
He hasn't seen me. I can cure your husband, but I need total trust. What was your earliest memory?
I'm not here to discuss personal matters.
Well, why are you here then?
Because I bloody well stammer.
Do you know any jokes?
Timing isn't my strong suit.
Your methods are unorthodox and controversial.
Up comes your Royal Highness.
It's actually quite good fun.
Yes. Art thou afeard?
It's your peculiar.
I take that as a compliment.
War with Germany will come, and we will need a king whom we can all stand behind.
He's afraid of his own shadow.
The nation believes that when I speak for them. But I can't speak.
You could do it. You needn't be governed by fear.
It'll be like mad King George the Stammerer. Get up, you can't sit there, get up!
Why not? It's a chair.
That is St. Edward's chair.
People have carved their names on
Listen
it.
to me! Listen to me!
Why should I waste my time listening to you?
Because I have a voice!
Yes, you do.
Your greatest test is yet to come.
What's he say?
I don't know, but he seems to be saying it rather well.
Your first wartime speech.
Broadcast to the nation and the world.
This great time of crisis.
However this turns out, I don't know how to thank you.
Bertie, you're the bravest man I know.
I intend to be a very good queen. To a very great king.
Forget everything else and just say it to me.
It is really a great movie. I truly want to suggesting that to you guys who haven't seen this movie, please watch it. Well,
It is currently available on Netflix.
yes, you can have a look at it on Netflix. Check it out. What I would like to say retrospectively about this film trailer. The caption was flawless. Not really. It seems to be a beta caption which was not always fully correct. That is why some sentences made no sense at all. That's how it is.
That's why in certain places, I was supplementing the information.
I want to start with the topic. Which expression the movie conveys throughout. This theme, I have to sign the theme in signed German. Having a voice runs through the entire film. I already know that expression.
Yes, for me too.
I would like to briefly explain this term. There are different meanings of it. It's not just about that you can speak aloud with the vocal cords. And what you say is automatically remarkable. It doesn't have to be that way. There are other opinions and meanings. Like listening to someone, because that person has something important to say. One I would like to show you another example. It's about speech therapy. You could see an excerpt in the movie. It happens very often. As I got older, I had experience with speech therapy. A lot of children who are deaf, or even adults, who regularly attend speech therapy classes, work on their vocal exercises, so that they can progress as they can articulate themselves. It's a great pity somehow, but many people have that one opinion. Often in the majority society as in the hearing world. Clearly not all people who can hear. But many people have that one opinion. You are automatically smart, if you can speak well. My opinion is that this is not true. There are many deaf people who are less able to articulate spoken words, and they are not less talented. On the contrary, they have considerable competence. This topic is discussed spiritedly several times. It is a fishy subject. What do you think about that?
Yes, you are right. At the political level. Fancy that we are in the year 1968. It was only from this point in time that we deaf people were allowed to complete a driver training course in order to obtain the driver's license. That means it was forbidden for deaf people before 1968. It was fought. Whether I am hearing or deaf, it shouldn't matter. There's even a statistic about that people who are deaf, they are less involved in an accident than people who can hear because we simply have a higher awareness of our spatial perception and visuality when a person who can hear is driving and the music system is completely turned up and it is very loudly. Do they still completely perceive their immediate surroundings acoustically?
This is one of the best known examples. You're right. When it comes to rights, the subject I want to address women's rights. It has been around 1970. It was also about adoption. Deaf people get often to put obstacles in the way of within the framework of existing legislation. Deaf people are prohibited from to adopt children, at least here in Austria. Here the topic of having a voice is also reflected in a political way. Someone wants to start a family or a woman cannot get pregnant. Or whatever the motivation is behind to have a child. Someone who is deaf would like to adopt a child. It makes absolutely no difference whether the child is disabled or not. One is denied adoption. I find that quite unacceptable.
If we stick to the political examples, when was the Austrian Sign Language officially recognized?
2005.
It was in 2005. Before that, a lot of people from the deaf community and culture came together to get the Austrian Sign Language recognized. A total of 3 applications were made, which were all rejected. In the last attempt, it finally worked that it was recognized. In the Austrian constitutional law text, there is a description that it is officially recognized as a language. The details determine the laws. The challenge that we deaf people face is that these laws don't exist, so we have to stay active. It also has to do with having one voice. It's good that it is recognized, but how to deal with me legally, such as getting access to training. We are not that equal with the hearing people. It's also about have a voice.
Absolutely right. There are still so many examples. Our airtime is coming to an end, and it's closing time.
I'm with you.
I would like to thank Jan again for this great video recommendation. And that you are reminiscent of this movie. The trailer was nice to watch. I would like to advise you again. And please check out the King's Speech. Then at this point, it should be mentioned to you guys at home, keep yourself clean.
Yes, also from my side, keep well and fit. I would be interested in what movies you are watching at home. Write your comment in YouTube comment box below. Looking forward to read what your favorite movies are.
We will see us next time in Deaf is in Wonderland.
Bye and remain
See you
healthy.
soon. Goodbye.
Take care. Bye.
Come out of my shell, Shelley. You give me strength when there was only fear. I ate at a Burger King today, Shelley, and stood up to a boy who called me queer. When you pushed me off the diving board, I fell, and you make the world a nicer place, Shelley, so I can come